We'll start with your background. So can you tell me a bit about your life, where you were born, and what it was like growing up in Ukraine?
I was born in Odessa, it's south of Ukraine. After 20 years of living there and my education, I decided to go with my first husband to China because I was a dancer from 7 years old till 27. So 20 years I was dancing, and we went to China for 6 years. After that, we divorced and I came back to Ukraine. I decided to choose Kiev because it's more the speed of the city is higher than in Odessa. So 4 years already I live in Kiev.
I've looked at your Instagram. You've had a really good life, a happy life. You're a successful makeup artist. You've traveled, you toured, you modeled. It's clear that, like I say, you were loving life, but now this is completely different for you. You're fighting on the front line. What made you decide to pick up a gun?
In the front line are many cities and small villages that surround Kiev. Now I'm in the downtown, and we with other men protect the streets. Now I'm doing tactical medicine and working online with volunteers, collecting money, collecting food, and etc. And it wasn't like decision of like I have many decisions. It's just a choice, yes or not. And I feel inside that if I grew up here, if I have family here, how can I just escape? Just like, I don't know how, just leave my home, leave my dog. How can I? It's not natural for my character, for my soul. I don't know. It's not my nature. So when I see something, for me, it's not responsible. Also, one thing that I also do, we collect money for animals that that stay in apartments after their how to say, хозяин,
Abandoned.
owner left, and the animals just are at somebody's home, and we with other guys collect some money and some vehicles to go from different places to collect all these animals and put in some safe place.
Oh, that's nice. So you're an animal lover.
Probably. I have a rabbit now.
Yeah. So, how bad is it right now? We're seeing it over here. We're watching it on the telly every day. It looks bad, but how bad is it? What have you seen?
I can say from my friend, he's now in the front line in Gostomel, and he says that almost all the houses are destroyed. He sent me a picture of his destroyed house today in the morning. He just said, I have already no home anymore. Yesterday it was burned by grad, which is it's called grad. It's like weapon from the air, a big rocket, and everything is so much destroyed, and people are just like very okay about the explosion. They're like, okay, it doesn't matter. We just try to exist, and the main thing is to keep the level of life. Just not let people die without water, without some food. And my daily job is to connect volunteers, for example, some restaurants, with some people that need some food, and find some brave guys who can collect some vehicles to go through the Kiev to these small villages, because road there and back, they can just die until they drive with the food, because Russian army destroys people, especially when it's written on their cars, children or hospital or paramedics. They just destroy just to not let people live.
It's horrific, isn't it? We're seeing them targeting civilians, and yet Russia claim that they're not, that they're not hurting civilians at all. It's just complete lies. It's so horrific what they're doing right now. And obviously, you've had to pick up a gun, and you're having to protect yourself with a gun. Have you ever used a gun before? What training did you get?
Before the war, I just had one lesson for myself. I just went to the shooting room and tried 4 types of guns just because I like the aesthetics of the shooting, like sport shooting. My dad and my grandmother are kind of professional shooting. They were in sport, and when war began, we just had one training in the first night. We cleaned the weapon, and we learned how to use it, how to charge the bullets. So we were very ready to go in the first night somewhere. We didn't know anything, and thank God we are now in the downtown. So if we would go in the front line, probably I wouldn't be here with you already.
Yeah.
Probably I would dead maybe since first days, because I'm not professional shooter, and it's not about the organization like on the front line go the professional warriors. No, it's just nobody knows what to do, because it's like first time, and only now after a couple of weeks everything is kind of organized. We have help from other countries, from our people, and our armies are very different, like a front army in the downtown, and online armies that volunteers. It's also our guardian angels who helps us every day, and all the Ukrainian people, they help, and they are in this situation. There are nobody who don't care.
Yeah.
Who doesn't care.
And what sort of gun do you have to use?
I have it's automatic gun 74. I don't know what's a Kalashnikov.
Yeah, a Kalashnikov. Quite a powerful gun.
74.
Then. Yeah, quite a powerful gun, Kalashnikov.
Probably, yes.
Yeah, and you know, it's over here. There aren't many females in the army or fighting, picking up guns. Yeah, in Ukraine, it's quite different. There are a lot of women fighting, and a lot of women in the army. Have you got a lot of friends who have joined you?
No, I don't know any, but I became friends with many girls here, and they are very quiet, peaceful ladies. Like 2 of them are biologists. One is post women, or post woman. Other is like in a library, works in library, and I'm a makeup artist, so it's pretty strange, but I think it's not about the profession. It's about the inner power, inner feeling of something.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's the determination to survive, really, isn't it, and protect your country and your way of life. And obviously, Putin has lied. So about his reasons for invading, he said that he wants to liberate Ukrainians. He said that he wants to denazify Ukraine. You know, he's lying. He wants to obviously take over Ukraine and steal your land. There are obviously neo-Nazi groups in every country, including over here in the UK. We've seen elements of neo-Nazism in groups like Azov. Does Ukraine have any problem with neo-Nazi groups or far-right groups?
I'm 32 and I haven't seen any Nazi in Ukraine. Probably somewhere, somehow, when some guy in the bar drunk too much, he can say, here so many people from so many countries, I hate that shit, and because he is drunk and doesn't control himself. But most of people are very peaceful and they help to each other, and the most we value human life the most, and I don't know anyone who gonna kill someone just because of some idea.
Yeah, exactly.
There is nothing like this.
Ironically, Putin says that Ukraine has a Nazi problem, but Russia, he's sending in a lot of neo-Nazis. So some of the people sending in are racist. And also you have a Jewish president. So he's just a complete nut job. What are your personal thoughts on President Putin?
I'm not very professional in politics, but I know that power of his informational influence is very high, and it's not about 1 year of the influence. It was like whole his government, like 22 years. Yeah, he already as a president. And being in Russia, sometime I was in St. Petersburg, in Moscow. I had before many friends there, and always I saw some news from TV. I noticed that something's like, what's that noise? Why they saying something strange about some places from Ukraine? I'm like, what? Why they doing? So it's like every drop to the ocean. And when the ocean became very high level of this disinformation, so all the people in Russia really think that here people eating small children, I don't know, we have some weapon like doves and chickens that we gonna send to them to kill Russians. So what? We are whole this Slaviansky народ, Slovenian, not Slovenian. So we are one group of people. We have almost the same roots, and they think so. It's okay. It's
yeah. No, I think
bullshit.
What we notice is that Putin, he lies, and I should think a lot of Russians don't actually believe that. They're afraid to say that they don't believe it. Yeah. So they're just scared what will happen if they don't go along with it. But is the war? You must be very tired from all of this. You must be exhausted. Is this war having any impact on your mental health, for instance?
Actually, I always say I'm in the most safe place that I can be now, because I'm surrounded by so many heroes, so many brave people, and I can be active and express myself like an active person, helping everywhere. And my mental health is very okay, because I haven't cry any day, only when my friends, volunteers from Odessa, helped to very old people, like abandoned people who doesn't have money, doesn't have opportunity to go to shop to buy food. When I saw they gave them some food, I was just crying, in Women's Days. Yeah. Oh my God, that's so cute. Why? Can you imagine war should happen to make other people notice these abandoned people, abandoned animals? This ugly war showed to the world that the most beautiful parts of the human soul. Everyone helps to each other, because money doesn't work now. Now works only inner power and inner will to help each other to make everything in balance.
Can you see your life ever going back to normal, or do you think it's going to be changed forever because of this?
I think I want to use my inner potential for people. I want to be useful in building streets and houses and to connect people, because for example, Instagram, my auditory now is almost 13,000 of viewers, and I want to use this power or to connect people, and according to my people trust me because they see how my behavior, my position, and this is real power now. And I want to use this power just to create something good for people, because I feel myself I'm a very rich person. I have a family like my mom, dad, my sister, dog. I have money for food. I have place for living, and many people that I know they don't have this. So I can share, and I can do something to create some conditions to raise them, and this is a huge power.
That's a
and
nice.
I can inspire people. I know that because I'm teacher.
Yeah, exactly.
I was teacher before.
I was going to say, I looked on your Instagram. You've done so many positive things. You're quite a happy, positive person. So I think you will do well after this in teaching people how to appreciate life more. I suppose this puts it into perspective. One last question. What do you think about, so obviously the UK, the UN, the EU, US, do you think we're doing enough to help Ukraine? Or do you think that we need to do more? And if so, what do we need to do?
I think the main thing is that you think about us and you notice us as a country, and you notice something special in the soul of Ukrainians. This is the most your thoughts and your praise about Ukraine is the most powerful thing, because first happens in our imagination, in our brain, and then after that we do something material for something. We create, we give, we share. So the main thing is, when you remember about us, is a big honor to be noticed by such a big, great countries. And we were waiting for that probably whole our life. Ukraine is this year is 30 years. She's a young country, but whole the Ukrainian history, it was very hard attacked by different countries, and we fight for our independence whole our life. So that's why it's very important for us to be noticed and to be protected by belief of these countries that you tell.
Yeah, no, that's good to hear. Well, listen, I'm in Ukraine on the 30th of next month. So I'm interviewing some MPs and obviously going to take a tour. So I'll try and catch up with you. I'll try and hunt you down and see how you're getting on. But listen, a few messages. I asked people before what they'd like to ask you, members of the public. And to be honest, most of them just said to wish you well and to say that you are inspirational. You know, they said that people like yourself are, they give people hope, even over here, you know, that humans are actually decent people. So honestly, I wish you well. Well done for what you're doing. And please stay safe. And I'll speak soon. Thanks so much for your time, Alona.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.